let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Orsino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? It's time to talk about the record business. The record business. You know why? Because that's what it's doing. It's wrecking you like a wrecking ball. The record business is doing just that. It's wrecking your lives, wrecking families, wrecking everything. And why is it wrecking it? It's because you now have the best and quickest access to the music you've ever had in your life. You don't even have to pay to hear the music. Think about that. You don't even have to pay to hear the music. Where do they do this at? Do you know how screwed up this is? You don't even have to pay. No money down. No money down. And you hearing the best in hip hop. As soon as it dropped, soon as it released. Right now, Big Sean album dropped, right? Soon as it dropped, his whole entire album is on YouTube. You don't even have to be signed in to YouTube Premium. You don't even have to have a YouTube account. You could just be on YouTube, type in Big Sean, and you got all his music. Every song he just released. And that goes for any artist. You don't even have to buy a streaming platform. And yes, let me forget. Where's my manners? Rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. For sure. I was supposed to start the video with that. I was on the phone talking about it this morning. Fat Man Scoop passed away last night. Fat Man Scoop helped my boys Antonio and Reggie when they was out there performing for years, when he was at a higher plateau than what he was still now doing shows. But he was an MC, he was the hype man, he was everything you needed. You know, he was a big dude. And he yeah. Hello? Yes.
Hey, are you aware of what's happening?
Yeah, we got people already on it.
Gotcha. Did you sign on with them?
Yeah, it's already taken care of.
Okay, I'll leave my card at your door. And just the agreement's still working on it. So, don't feel like you're locked into anything. I'm happy to help any way I can.
All right. Yeah, now we got hit with a hailstorm, and it's been a countless attack of people coming in my door trying to get any type of work they can, fleecing people out of money. Now, Exactly. Now, back to this. So Fat Man Scoop was performing and he passed out last night. My boys Antonio and Reggie were one of the main people who were the dude looked like Rich Paul. That's funny. It's funny you said that. The dude kind of looked like Rich Paul. He's a black dude that's about yay short, so he got on sunglasses, got no facial hair, looked just like Rich Paul though. That's funny that you just said that. He's about the same size as Rich Paul. No, the main issues that we have here are the same thing. The constant is that the record business is changed. But we'll get to that. I want to talk about Fat Man for a sec. Fat Man was the plug for a lot of us in Chicago. He gave us a lot of opportunities. He gave us a lot of hope. Yeah, Rich Paul was he said Rich Paul long lost brother. No, but Fat Man actually opened a lot of doors for a lot of guys. Got them on festivals, got them on shows. He was cool with everybody, man. Like he literally was a good dude. I haven't seen him since 2009 or 2011, I think. And I remember he wasn't as big as us, but he still plugged with everybody. Like I think I was with Floyd or somebody, and I saw him, and I was like, "Oh!" I went over and paid respects to him. I don't think Floyd spoke to him, but I saw him and went over. Oh, Fat Man, thank you. You know for what you did, Reggie and Antonio. Appreciated that. So always remember him. I mean, you guys probably know him from Lose Control with Missy and all the songs he did, featuring and being a hype man on the concerts and on the tours. But man, rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. He was 52 years old. Now, when Napster came along, Napster was the first wave of it. And then they basically said Napster was illegal. You can't do it. You're still in the artist's music. And Napster was like the first streaming you could do of music, or basically just downloading it. And people were going on Napster and had all these songs. It was songs that weren't even released yet. And they were on Napster. So people begin to, freak out. And as they began to freak out, scenarios started to change about music and where they wanted to go with it. They was like, man, well, let's see what happens here, because I don't think this is a scenario that we're going to survive. They actually felt like that. If we continue down this lane, it's not going to get better for hip hop, for nobody involved. And they had to go to the Supreme Court to stop Napster, stop everything. Holding his tracks. Then came, like he said, Kazaa, Kazam, Then you had LimeWire. You had all these different people who were streaming this music, and it wasn't for the better. I mean, everything destroyed. Can you imagine that? So what happened? What happened to the music business? What happened to the point where all this music became free to you? Why did they do that? You know why? Because I'm going to explain it to you. And it's going to get to a point where it makes a lot of sense to you. When you start looking at hip hop culture and you start thinking about music culture, because it's not just hip hop isn't making any money. So a lot of people in country music isn't making any money. And the reason why is because record companies got greedy. Yep. So around this time, this is in like 2000, like 98, 2000, around this time, where people are starting to get the music to stream. So around 2000 and 2001, it's really starting to ramp up. Napster's been taken down, and they took Napster down, but they let all of these others remain.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
So because you let all the others remain, it was all these other companies popping up. And at this time, there was no YouTube. Can you imagine that? There was no YouTube at the time. None. Yeah, 2000, 2001, burner CDs was still a thing. But people were downloading songs and making CDs on. They used to have the Piff. They had all of these places where they were streaming. You could stream down the link to get the MP4 file.
Very clear for almost the last decade that use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. DJ drama mixtapes. Kings wasn't it. It was lit. No, mixtapes wasn't the problem. Mixtapes used to promote the songs to make you want to go buy the album. That's the purpose of the mixtapes. But here is the main issue that other people seem to have with said scenario. When you have so many people in a surreal situation where they never saw any of this activity before, they don't know anything about the history of rap, or it's not even really about just rap. You know, it's more like instead of just being about rap, it's about the music business, period. And because you see the music business and the way it's shaped and scolded, the record companies got greedy. The contracts favored the record company, but they got completely greedy. They figured as long as we keep selling and we keep building and molding, we're going to grow. All we got to do is keep signing artists. And the more artists we put out, we're going to sell like 500,000 records or more with the artists we put out. So the more artists we sell, the more we're going to make. And the more we can make off of them. It doesn't work that way. And the reason it doesn't work that way is because the rap artists or R&B artists, singing artists, country music artists, rock, heavy metal artists, the reason why this does not work is clear. It's very clear. You have to pay these artists in hopes when you sign them, you're paying them, you're taking care of them. So for them to produce music. So they produce the music. You don't like the said music, or maybe you do like the music. You put it out and the music don't perform. It doesn't do what you thought it was going to do. You take a loss. You could drop artists or you're going to keep them for another album. Try to say, all right, that one was bad, but we can recoup on this one. And you putting more money into it, taking care of these artists. And then it don't hit. You see, their problem is they oversaturated the music by signing too many artists. And they didn't have time to develop all of the artists because they only cared about maybe two or three. And because they only cared about two or three of the artists, the rest of the artists are spiraling in limbo, but you don't have the attention or the staff to be able to handle every single artist and their needs. So you didn't care. Let your own crew handle that. Let your own people. So now what the record company has become is one big gigantic bank. And instead of saying we're approving all of these bad loans, because that's what they're doing, giving out bad loans to artists who are not going to make any money. Now they got it to where if we give out the bad loans, it's not going to break us because we're going to sign them to 360 deals. Everybody gets a 360 deal walking through the door now, which means the record company is not going to lose at all. We're going to put you on a tour. We're going to put you on shows. So everything you get paid on, we're getting paid on. And we could use your name and put it anywhere. That's what happened. And that's why record labels started to just crumble because they were putting out bad loans, signing a bunch of artists from the streets. And anybody wanted to know why no. Releasing music is free. You could listen to someone's album over here, and it's crazy, right? That you could just go on YouTube without even having a YouTube account and listen to people's music, their whole album. Now, how do you know the artist is getting paid off that? Somebody's getting paid off of it. Hell, you even have 40 to 50 other like channels or whatever you want to call them. They're doing the same thing. Every single last one of them are out there doing the same thing. So let's say somebody that just want to get attention to their channel just to get some subscribers or whatever. They don't care if somebody else monetize it. They'll put the song out themselves just to get the views. So now they're getting attention on their channel, and everybody's coming to their channel for music. It's scarce. And this is why people like Prince was trying to warn people about the music business back then in the 90s. He saw it happening in 92, 91, 92. He saw what was happening with the music and how the music company was able to dictate and control. There was no control for the artist anywhere. Michael Jackson didn't have the control. Nobody really had the control of their angle and their end of the business. He saw that as a major problem because they could take your music, shut you out of it, and say, well, we got your songs, you can go, and put you on a shelf. And he couldn't record under his name for 8 years. Then in 2000, once his contract expired, he can get his name back and be called Prince again. Even though Prince was his name, he could not call himself Prince. They owned his name. So he was the artist formerly known as Prince. No. So when they did that, this is how Loud Records, Steve Rifkin's Loud Records, they had Wu Tang, Mobb Deep. Those were the only two albums that artists that were selling at that time. I think they had one other artist that was bringing in some money, but Wu Tang and Mobb Deep was keeping the lights on. Nobody else was really making no records go. They signed everybody from the streets. Steve Rifkin was like, "This is it. I found it. I made it. My rich daddy, his rich daddy owned like the major record label. And was like, all right, look, man, I'll give you this. This is your little record, but I'm not gonna keep dumping no money into this." And he was adamant with signing Wu Tang, and that's what we really launched his record label with, the Wu Tang Clan. Then when they blew up, they was able to sign everybody. They got the budgets, they got all the money in the world. So they start signing people to individual deals, started going out to get other artists. They were going crazy. RZA got paid. RZA and Devon got paid. But it's how can you pay 9 people in a group? Ain't enough money to go around. So that's why everybody was gonna make their money on their individual deals. So the group was meant to promote, and Wu-Tang Clan was only meant to promote all of these artists. So the Wu-Tang Clan is like one big family, like the No Limit family. They put out a Wu-Tang album. You see Ray, you see Ghost, you see everybody. And now you know them. So when they come out with their own albums, boom, that's when the money, y'all make y'all money on them albums. RZA finna get paid off this. This how RZA gonna eat. Y'all go out and get these individual deals. We're gonna negotiate that, and then y'all get y'all money that way. So that was the plan by going to all these different record labels and not keeping it all in one house, because one house ain't gonna be able to afford to have every single artist from Wu-Tang signed to it. But they had the freedom, and RZA negotiated that they had the freedom to go get individual deals. So even though Method Man is signed over there with Def Jam, he still can do a Wu-Tang album that's on Loud. Ghostface could go someplace else, get a deal, and come back and get himself, still do a Wu-Tang album on Loud Records. That wasn't gonna change. They negotiated that. Artists didn't even know you could do that. They changed the game. So a lot of people didn't understand what was happening at that time anyway. And by them building up new names, new categories for themselves, Raekwon is Lex Diamonds, Tony Starks is Ghostface. So now you could brand all these things as yourself. And if the record label own your name, you could say, okay, you own that name, but I'm gonna leave. Like Ghostface Killer was owned by like Razor Sharp Records. So he can't go by the Ghostface Killer no more. He just Ghostface. So now he Ghostface. But Ghostface Killer was owned by Razor Sharp Records, which is RZA's other label that he had with Sony, which signed Capadonna. And it had Ghost and Donna over there. But Raekwon appeared on their records too. So they had to pay a feature to have Ray on the album. So guys was getting money hand over fist at the time. But what was happening with Loud Records? Loud Records is losing money. So if Wu-Tang don't sell 4 million records, if Mobb Deep don't sell 1 million records, they losing because a lot of their artists aren't pumping out that music. They got MOP got Annie Up, and that's great for people in New York, but Annie Up ain't hitting in the West Coast. Annie Up ain't, they like, what is this? It was a great hype song and a great hype record. And trust me, it was the turn everything out record. It was hitting in Miami though, I'll tell you that. Now the record business turned. And when I mean turned, is it started to flip upside down. Everybody who they thought was a somebody realized they was a nobody real fast. The industry had no use for another person trying to come in and pretend to be something that he wasn't. So the whole industry was like losing money. All the R&B acts was losing money. There was no more new record deals for all of these soul singers. That's why Jill Scott is out there. Done. Fantasia. Like everybody loved Fantasia. Why they ain't buying no records? Why she can't sell no records? Jennifer Hudson. Why she can't sell records? Because you can get it for free. Why you gonna buy something you can get for free? You know, I don't know a person that wouldn't. Like I don't want it for free. That's my favorite artist. I'm gonna go out and buy it. People gonna be like, shoot, I listen to it on YouTube, but I ain't gonna go buy it. They'll tell you that flat out. I'll listen to it on YouTube, but I ain't gonna go buy it. That's what happened to the game. So if you know that's what happened to the game, then you're in a constant flux. They all stuck because they got no idea. They have no clue as to how to fix the situations because there is no fixing it now. They broke it forever. And now it's not even a record business anymore. It's loans. How many actual recording studios are there anymore? You know how many recording studios closed their doors? People got studios in their homes now. So they don't even have to leave their house. Yeah, they go to recording studios, major ones, if they have to. They don't even do that anymore. They record everything at home because they're afraid of leaks. And they can get it mixed and mastered now. Before, to get something mastered, you had to send it overseas. It used to be one place over here in the United States that did mastering, and it was in like one small town in Indiana. You mean when you used to get it? You get a whole album now. You go on YouTube right now, you can listen to Big Sean whole album on YouTube. Are you kidding me? Go on YouTube right now and you will hear nothing but Big Sean album. You can get the whole thing on YouTube. That's crazy. So why would you have a streaming service? Like say you got Pandora and all this stuff that you would pay for if you were getting it for free. You feel me? Normally you have to send your songs in to be mastered, and normally all the record companies use this place in Germany, and that's where all the songs used to get mastered. And this is in the early 2000s, like 2003, 4, 5. You have one place in Indiana, in the United States, that actually did the mastering. So when you get through mixing and getting the quality right to get it mastered for press and everything else, they have to send it to this place in Indiana, or mostly people that use that place in Indiana was like small time indie record place. The place in Germany that they send it. All you got to do is look at most of your rap CDs. Go look at your rap CDs, turn it over, and it'll say mixed and mastered in Germany. You'll probably see it on there. Why one place? We didn't really do mastering here in the United States. It was crazy at the time, but no, mastering was done overseas. Because most of these record companies, they started overseas. Then they have branch companies and other outlets here in the United States. Most of these record companies, they are over in like RCA Germany. All these other companies are from overseas. Wow. I didn't even get a call. My friends are here already. Hey.
You got a card here.
Business card.
Yeah, there's a lot of them coming since the storm.
Oh.
They come every 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
We're trying to cash in.
Oh, yeah, all the damage.
Yeah, I see a
Everybody's
lot
done.
of people with branches broke and their garden ruined.
I saw your mailbox things were.
Yeah, my mailbox got broken. So,
Your,
yeah, my neighbors got the tree. You see the tree
Yeah.
fell
Yeah.
I
down?
saw the picture. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, I look out there now. Yeah, I told them, hopefully they don't get another storm and they blow it the tree get blown the other way, but I don't think it will. Because I was looking out at it. Yeah.
What kind of trees are these?
Strong ones.
Oh, what?
When he said, "What kind of trees are mine?" I was like, "Strong ones."
That's nice. Look at this. That's funny.
I didn't put anything in here. Because they were hinting a lot. Like,
Oh, yes.
you got the Deadpool one?
No, I just got the Wolverine one.
Yeah, they even have a little tongue right here, damn it. So when you.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
And then you got this one, the new one.
Oh, I see that. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, for the aliens. Yeah.
How was it?
Oh, it was good. I just didn't like the ending. They could have ended that better.
Oh, I heard that they brought. It was kind of like a rehash of the previous one they made back in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's connected to that. It's in between the 1 and 2.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to come one day. That's the whole collection.
Oh man.
Gotta make I'm prepared for that movie.
Yeah, the first 2, they were more terrifying to me. The first 2. After that, they kind of made it like a joke to have them around.
Oh, wait, I gotta need it.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for coming through. Appreciate it. We'll keep this conversation up. Once again, these are not white people. Guys, like, look, he got his white friends over.
White friends, excuse me, get equal? White friends, please. As if.
Right.
Maybe next time I should come in with a tan.
Right.
I know I don't get burnt. I get colored.
Oh, yeah. Because your mom didn't recognize you, remember?
Yeah. One time I went to Mexico.